Cathy Durant, and this is the Cathy Durant Show, broadcasting on BBS Radio on the IHeart Network. I'd like to introduce my guest, the legendary Duice. You remember those guys? You remember Creo-D and L.A. Snow with the mega hit Dazzey Duks. Welcome. Welcome. My first question is, what have you guys been doing?
A little bit of some of everything. Really just raising a family, running some businesses, still in the music business, but not out front, more behind the scenes. That's what I've been doing a little bit.
Same deal, still out performing, doing shows on the road, and actually raising family and publishing deals here and there, same old stuff.
So, do you miss the stage?
I still go out quite a bit. I hadn't done maybe in a couple of months, so I still got penning on the show. Kind of for me, it's just what type of show it is. I'm not doing like club dates. People call me for club dates, I'm not doing it. I'm not, unless it's a festival or an outdoor show or something like that, something on that level. Then those I'll do, but the little clubs, I'm not interested in that anymore.
Yeah. What about you?
So I was performing. The stage is like a freedom. You can get on stage and command the crowd and, do your thing. As far as performances, we got a juxtaposed view of performances. So I like intimate crowds. I remember we had a performance one time. I think they were charging too much for people to come in. You remember that? It was somewhere in Alabama. And only the dude's family was in there. Do you remember that? It was only like 8-10 people. But we put on a show like it was 40,000 people.
Yes.
Yeah.
You remember that? You don't remember that?
Yeah. No, my memory bad.
But that was a good defining moment in performance. That you give it y'all no matter who the audience is.
Yeah.
So it was a good thing.
So it's been said that y'all were just magical as Duice. What brought the magic? What created the magic between the two of you? Personalities?
Well, I would say we met while we both were in the Army. So we were both working in the hospital together. I was a medical technologist, and he was on all different doing stuff. You worked in the lab, you worked they're moving him around and all different things. And so we already had this thing going. We were having fun as young men, and we were already at this level, even before we started doing music, that folks was like, "Who's those guys?" Regardless, and there wasn't no music,
Yeah.
So Snow had all the ladies.
All the ladies.
Yeah. And I was just bodybuilding.
Okay, that's his story. What's yours, Snow?
I roll with it. That's his story. That's his truth. We gotta roll with the truth.
So
the way we met was like, cause before I met him, people actually didn't have a brother on post. I had just got there. I think he was already there for I don't know how long. I'm like, no, I had no family down there. No family in Georgia. And however we met and just ended up clicking. And so the way the Dazzey Duks came, he was just playing with music and wasn't nothing serious. And I think he said he
beating
knew
on
somebody
the wall.
in that type. Yeah, just old school way. You know how we beat on
beat on the wall.
Beat on the wall.
Girl said he knew somebody down there in Belglade.
Belglade, Florida, where I grew up. Y'all know what it is. Calling them up
all night long. Trying to get down
where all
there.
the talent is. We chase rabbits, jump canals, wrestle alligators.
You gotta keep in mind, I've never
It's
been
for
that
real.
far south before, so we going down and we start going through all these sugar canes and that smell. What the hell?
Hey, that's real. That's life. That's the real deal. That's the real deal. Take it down there.
You gonna bring me down here to kill me.
I think we did the original Dazzey Duks like on a 4-track. So anybody with no music, everything was on the 4 tracks. The music, the vocals, the backup, the ad-libs, anything that was on the 4 tracks. That's how the original Dazzey Duks.
What inspired y'all to do Dazzey Duks?
Butts.
Butts?
Well, like I was saying,
Women in the South.
Booty.
So, during that time, Luke was out with our son. Luke was catching a lot of slack with the way that his music was being done. And every time he performed, he got arrested, different things like that. And that was for the butts. So, my daughter at the time was, I was like, damn, my daughter want to wear some shorts and stuff. Ain't nobody gonna be calling them coochie cutters and stuff like that. And, you know, when I was a teenager, I made sure I was home on time to watch Dukes of Hazzard.
Right.
I said, so what I'm gonna do is just if I call them Dazzey Duks, then people start calling Dazzey, might be something. So we was on the porch one day rapping, doing whatever, and I just bust out, come on, baby. Not like that. It was like, come on, baby. And we said that on the porch. He was like, yeah. And then we started right. He's like, yeah, man, we got to record this. That's how we ended up in Beverly. That's why he thought I was taking him to kill him or something, you know. So we went down there, and like you said, on 4 tracks, you know. Taylor Boy was still working on the beats. No, not like that. Taylor Boy, no. We want it like this. You remember? We want it like this. That breakdown. Okay, yeah.
So after Come On Baby, okay, Snow, what did you think of then? What was going through your head after Come On Baby?
We had a song. I was running around talking, hey man, got a song, I'm gonna record it. You wanna hear it? Hear how it go. Before we got down there to record it. Yeah, that's how that went.
So how did y'all know? How did you know you had a hit?
We took the club to a team, the circuit. I don't know how it all started, but I remember we used to call them Dukes back in California. That's where I got that little piece of the name from, or whatever. And we took the record to a teen club in Augusta where we met this dude. And then we played it on the cassette and just watched the crowd. And they kind of, you know, usually with a new record, people kind of be looking and curious.
They were dancing.
They were dancing. Went back the next week, dancing. And
from the 4 track.
From the cassette. And people started asking about the record a little way later. Started calling the station, where this record? There was no record.
There was no record.
It was a cassette. There was no record. They called the station, what's that record? And that's how we met a couple of cats in Augusta and
turned it into a record.
Yeah.
It was Motor City on Foxy 103 in Augusta, Georgia at the time.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Motor City.
Yeah. We I remember I come back from Florida because he had laid down the vocals and stuff. I went back down there for them to mix it and put it in. So I had this hot cassette coming back. I drove straight to Foxy 103, knocking on the door. Hey, look, you gotta listen to this. But Motor City, he was the type of DJ that if you had to pay, he'll play your stuff. He just won't play it. He'll listen to it first and play it. But he played it just that one time.
And liked it.
And people call. He said, "Yeah, that sounds good." Then that's when we went to the club, met this dude.
The rest is history. Oh my God! But was it taking a risk? How were you still in the military when this all happened?
I was out by then.
Yeah. You were out,
I think
you were still in.
Was I still in?
No.
I think I was out by then.
You was out by then?
Yeah,
I was in the military. I was taking risks.
Yeah, because you didn't know what they would say.
No, first sergeant called me in and said, "Darlington, anything you want to tell us?" No, first sergeant. Then he put the Jet magazine on the desk. He said, "You sure?" I said, "Oh,
Absolutely.
I don't know, first sergeant." Then he opened it up and he showed that Dazzey Duks had made number 1. I said, "Oh, it's number 1. It's number 1." So that's how that went. But luckily, we were good soldiers, so we were, favored. So they allowed and made provisions so that I can be honorable discharged and pursue the music career. But that don't happen to most people.
So look at the different regions. You are from California, and you're from Florida.
Florida, by way of Barbados.
Yeah, and would you say that that's 2 different styles of music?
Yeah,
that's what it takes to make
bass.
Yeah.
When I moved south, I never even knew what bass music was. I don't necessarily they called it bass. I don't know.
Yeah,
but I never knew what the only artist I had ever heard of back then was I think Sade.
Right.
I knew Luke, things like that because they got universal play. But the title with bass, I didn't know what that was. Yeah, and Jam Pony, I think it was Jam Pony. We had one of these play this all the time. What the hell is that? And he was getting on my nerves with it. And then after a while, I started listening to it and got hooked into it.
Yeah. So did y'all ever hear from Luke? Did Luke ever feel like y'all were?
We did tours with Luke. We did tours with Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was Half Pint, all these type of different artists that were coming out of the South who only got played in the South.
Yeah, I did a lot of stuff. We did celebrity golf games over there in Bahamas with them and all this. We went out for quite a while together.
That is so cool.
The first show with Luke put us on first. Remember?
Wow.
Nah.
No, he put us on first, but he wouldn't put us on first.
No. That was after that. Because it was us in H-Town. You talking about as far as them
I
coming
remember
behind?
H.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They said no. Never put Duice on before H.
Yeah. Well, hold that thought. We're gonna go to a break. We'll be right back with Duice. Duice is in the house. I know a little bit about that.
Okay.
We'll be back.
Not all people are the same. And yet, when we visit the doctor, our treatments don't look that different. Why is that? Because we just don't have enough information to do it better. By gathering health data from 1 million people, our country's best researchers will be able to develop treatments that are as unique and complex as we are. With this new information, doctors will have a better understanding of disease so they can innovate the next great breakthroughs in medicine. Learn more at joinallofus.org.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Oh, sweetie. Okay, you know what? Let's take off his sweatshirt. Get rid of pictures of him. You don't have to look at him. Goodbye, Dave.
Mom, you don't understand. He's tagged in like 400 of my posts.
I can cut out tags.
No, that's not how it works.
What is a tag?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care would love to share their first with you.
And we're back with Duice, Creo-D, and LA Snow. We were talking about Luke. I want to talk a little bit more about Luke. And I'll tell you, the first time I saw a Luke show, I literally almost passed out. I had never seen anything.
He brought South Florida.
You couldn't even imagine. It was in St. Petersburg. That's where he performed. And I think I couldn't close my mouth. I was like this the whole time. There were cheerleaders. And that move. So I have to say, I didn't hear that Luke beat again until you guys. Till later on in your music, I started hearing that Luke folk stank, whatever you want to call it.
The 808.
That 808.
They call it the Miami bass.
Yeah.
So that music was that music. I grew up on it,
So you knew a lot about
doing a lot
it.
of break dancing and dancing, pop locking and stuff with different groups that were starting. None of them really got off the ground. Princess and a bunch of other ones down in Florida.
Yeah.
But that was the sound that was impressed in.
And it just took off. Snow, what did California think of you?
I remember, it brought California, but you gotta figure, even with that type of music, a lot of people were prejudiced to that bass. Even like with New York, they didn't want to play the record.
At all.
We ended up buying commercial spots in New York, played the song as a commercial and just telling people where to get it, because you gotta figure back then, New York kind of ran the radio.
East Coast.
Whatever New York did, that's what the rest of,
right.
Except for the West Coast. But
right.
I remember we had a show in California, and we were the only bass group on it that represented bass. Now I'm out of Compton, going back to LA to do a show representing this South music, and you talking about the all gangster groups was on the show. You talking about Tupac, Eazy-E, Ice-T, Ghetto Boys. Rodney O, Joe Cooley.
That was huge too.
All
60,000 people in the
stadium. Groups. And of course, LA. They dark colors, the grays, the blacks, and here we come with these Bright ass. Girls got tennis skirts on.
We got all cross colors.
Cross colors.
Different color boots.
Right.
You know what they do? It's part of all the gangs.
When it hit,
pick a color.
Man. When it hit the stage,
we didn't see none of that.
Changed the whole vibe of the show.
Of course.
Changed the whole
shutdown
vibe.
Yeah.
They were like, man, what y'all guys doing?
Changed the whole vibe. So,
yeah.
We did, the little second sellout, second video we did for that. That video was done in LA. We actually shot that with some cats in LA on the beaches and stuff down there, which wasn't our favorite one. But by the time the record label get hold of your shit, they'll
do what they want to do.
They just said, hey,
change it up.
First video that you guys shot,
what commercial? Basically,
we got to shoot another one because there's just too much booty in them pants in the first one. Basically, that's
lightened it up.
So but it came out beautiful. We had the original Catherine Bach from Dukes of Hazzard in the video. So we had the actual Dazzey Duks character in the video. We had Bud from Married with Children. We had the LA Raider cheerleaders.
Yeah.
We had and some other celebrities that was in that video. So it was hot for the time. We had folks from Baywatch was hot then. We had what's her name from Baywatch?
I forget the little girl now.
We had her.
Pamela Anderson? No.
It was when back in the 90s when Baywatch was hot. We had all the top picks out of there.
So, what was the biggest moment for that record that you can think of?
Shows-wise?
Shows. One of the biggest moments for that record.
We might have an idea of...
For me, came years later when we did Super Bowl here in Atlanta. Yeah, we did the...
you did the Super Bowl here?
Yeah.
I do not remember that.
Yeah, we did... Atlanta had 7 days to the Super Bowl, so they had different groups performing, and the bass artists closed out that Saturday.
I do remember.
I do
remember.
And we shut that Centennial Park down. They ended up cutting a lot of the shows down because it got so overcrowded. They ended up start pulling some of that. Because it was us, Tag Team, 95 South. You had 12 Gauge, this and that, Shy D, Kilo, Raheem. Every bass artist you can think about that represented Atlanta was on that stage. And it was 75,000 people. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous. And that was here recent, so I had a bunch of other big shows, but most recent, that one would have been probably one of my little top 5. That was...
Well, I think you lightened up music, and I kind of thought it was good for entertainment, and that was like my spiel when I talked to BET trying to get videos from the South on there. They didn't want them at first.
The difference between now and then is our music was descriptive, it just wasn't vulgar. Now there's no filter on everything, but for that time, I remember they were acting funny with our video, but at the same time, because the pot, they was playing Rump Shaker.
Right.
So it was like, that was y'all saying y'all played it. It was just in prejudice to that South sound still back then. It just wasn't wide open. Now, people follow the South to music.
Yeah. And the thing is, people didn't know radio has to have something to play your record with. Right. So you can't be a loner, So I think they had to wait for more songs to
Dazzey was the first one to jump out like
populate. And then Dazzey Duks felt like a tag team. There it is.
Yeah. They opened the door. Yeah. Because, we were coming, like you said.
Another huge record.
We came in right behind us. I could send them to the same label.
Yeah. Wow. Nobody didn't want to,
behind us.
It was kind of hard to get.
Back then it was them and 95 South battling.
Right.
When they got the record now, they were kind of the tag team version, because that Kano sample is a little more commercially popular. And so they end up selling quite a bit on that too.
We was hitting it hard.
Yeah, you weren't leaving any prisoners. Y'all were trying to hurt people bad.
Hey, yeah, we were. Because I'll tell you where it came from, grew out of. We did a first show in Atlanta. We were opening. We was the artist leading up to Ice Cube. We was on his show.
Yeah, 200 open next that day.
Wow.
So the commentator, we getting ready to go on because they had us right before Ice Cube. Y'all ready for Ice Cube?
Hype.
Y'all ready for Ice Cube? Yeah. Y'all ready for Ice Cube? We got one more group coming out.
That's after 20 open air. So people want to see. They just want to see Ice Cube at this point.
Man, I just collected $4 million in pennies from college students.
Man, we tossed the CDs. They tossed the shit back.
But I tell you what.
Next year,
we
headlined that same show.
They went crazy.
And we stopped the show in the middle of the show and talk more trash. Said, y'all them same jokes. Stop the show about 30 minutes.
We love you.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, that was that first booth is good.
It's good.
The first booth good for you. Yeah. It tells you.
It humbles you.
Don't play. Don't play when you get on that stage.
Right.
So
you
we didn't after that.
It.
So nobody wanted to perform after us after that.
Well, I can say that y'all, I mean, I had the opportunity to shoot a music video on them. Duice is in the house. Oh my God. I don't know how we had the set jumping the way it was, but people were it was just.
You don't know? You're supposed to hit your line. You don't know?
You don't know? Oh my God, it was crazy. And in that music video, Snow did this impression of this big
Wanda.
Strong woman.
Yeah, Wanda. The one
pulling your pants up. We laughed so hard. And then we did that Robert Palmer. Was it Robert Palmer with the girls?
Yeah, the girls. Yeah, they had a lot of nice elements in it.
Yeah, that was a good music video. We'll be back with more of Duice. Stay with us.
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Want to get out of just about anything? Use the environment excuse.
Dear housemates, due to the environmental impact of food waste, I'm eating all your leftovers. You're welcome.
Is that my shirt and pants and shoes?
I mean, I'm literally saving the environment.
Ooh, what's this about?
I'm just doing my part for the environment.
What did the sushi say to the bee? Wasabi!
Gotta love an open mic carpool.
Less cars, more jokes!
Is that Mima's punch bowl?
We use way too much plastic. Think of the planet. Who is the best princess?
The environment is the best excuse. Find an out and opt in to save the earth. Just scan this code.
And we're back with Duice, Creo-D, and LA Snow. All right. Where is it? I want to talk to you guys about what did Dazzey do? What did that big hit do for the business, for the industry? Did it change it in any way?
It opened the market up for that kind of music for the South.
Mm-hmm.
Dazzey Duks took all the hits first because that was the first one to jump out there like that. So we crossed like demographics, country, pop. It crossed every demographic. Heat Seekers, I think we stayed on Billboard so long because Heat Seekers back then was like hit different areas at different times, so it just rolled over a year. I think. Yeah.
Over 52 weeks, broke records.
Yeah.
He being modest, because let me tell you, they didn't want to play Dazzey Duks at first, but imagine turning on a country western station and Dazzey Duks playing on it. The first bass music song, probably the only bass music song they ever played on country western radio.
Wow.
So that's how hard it was moving. So it opened a lot of doors from the marketing. We got shut down from a lot of things until they realized that, this is a clean group. This is such and such.
Yeah.
And then we were allowed in. But from those doors being cracked, you had Run DMC and LL Cool J and all them, the commercial stuff that they would play, they were already there. But Bay South music, that was only for Saturdays only.
Right.
We weren't going to play that.
So when you met the other rap artists in the industry that were just really charting high on Billboard, what did they think of you guys when you met them? What was the face-to-face like? Did they want to know what you were doing?
Think about it. People are okay with popularity, whether you're pressed to the music or not. Right. Once you get on the show with cats, I never ran any beef and issues.
None of that. They always say, man, y'all
they love the
fire.
Yeah.
Man, that thing on fire, boy. Y'all tearing it up. Yeah. That's all we ever got from them. Seriously, they really appreciate it. We appreciate them.
Right. Did you meet Tupac?
I met Pac in L.A. once. Out there, yeah. And I think they did it in Chicago one year. I think it was up there. We ran into the same girl one time. Ran into the same chick. There he is.
I told you.
Yeah. But so much has happened with rap music since the 90s. What do you think of it now? I have no criticism for it because people have been making big bucks, making big money.
Unfortunately, it's the natural progression, whether we like it or not. Is just you being forced this style of music because the type of music you hear that's programmed for us, when I say us, I mean black folks, you don't hear that in no other demographic.
No.
We're being programmed with this.
Right.
So you can't tell me that some of these records that's on the radio right now just naturally hits. No. They just not putting them out. They're being programmed. And all this music, if you're not talking about popping perks, getting high, hoeing yourself
beating
out,
a woman, calling her a B,
you're not going to get a record played on her.
Calling the N-word.
You're not going to get a record played on her. That's just not what they pushing.
And it's not only there, because I even look at the movies that make streaming networks, and they all got the N-word in them. And as a writer, I said to myself, you didn't need the N-word. It was a good plot. Why couldn't you just is that the prerequisite for getting on?
Well, it's just our music, though. It's our TV.
Well, there's a lot of artists out there now that are actually doing great music. We're just not hearing it for those reasons that we talk about, right? Yeah, you can discover them. There's
you gotta go internet radio and they channels and stuff.
Right.
You're like, man, this song is a hit. Who's this? And
right.
It's some dude out of California or out of Iowa or out of Florida somewhere just with this banging song, and they clean.
I think when people think of our culture, it's supposed to be edgy. It's supposed to be the worst thing you can say.
That's the way they put it out there to be that way.
Yeah, it's supposed to be that bad A. How they say, oh, that was really bad A. But I think anything can be great if it's put together and it's entertaining, and you don't have to have that.
Yeah, but you fighting against the powers.
That's true.
And most of these young cats ain't got the finance or the money. It may be one of them.
So they got to say the word.
Yeah, but I see what goes around comes around, because when we did Dazzey Duks, it was at that same point where this type of music was considered bad. They had a lot of cuss words, and Luke had this stuff going, but then we changed that. So
now it's coming back.
I expect to see some change, because a lot of these rappers are creating songs now with this up-tempo music that the kids really like dancing to.
Right.
Now, everybody's doing this stuff, dancing to music now, so they got to start giving them some dance music. So you should start to see the fun come back. And hopefully it'll work a little faster, and that what we just talked about could be just something that we'll talk about that's in the past versus being in the future.
Well, in some cultures, the artists, they never retire. So is there a possibility it could be another record out of you guys?
For sure.
I'm not majorly hard enough to do more music like that.
He's still creative.
He's still creative.
He's still creative.
I'm more. The last thing I did, I had a project which was actually alternative rock. So.
Oh, so you like rock now?
The band feel was good for me. It's just the COVID kind of messed me up. I started doing shows with a friend of mine from Mother's Finest, if anybody knows that type of music.
I remember.
Mother's Finest. So Moses Mo from that, the bass player, he took me up on his wing and took me out doing some live shows in North Georgia. And so we ended up booking some good shows. It is on Apple iTunes. Y'all can check it out now. It's called Bass Rock, so it still got that heavy bass in it, but it's all live instrumentation on top. So
are you rapping or playing an instrument?
Yeah, it's more of that rock rap style. You might look at something like a Red Hot Chili Peppers or that style of music. Something.
Give us a sample.
Oh no!
Do something.
They had to hit the site for that one.
Okay.
But then I have the promoter ended up booking me 3 other shows on my own to do with the band, and she called me one day. Hey, we got to cancel the show. It's a virus going on, and we ain't gonna be able to do the show because they canceled it. COVID. The next one came. The next one got canceled. The next one got canceled, and 3-4 years later, COVID hit, and of course, with that style of music, ain't like I can go out there and do it by myself.
Right.
So I needed the band, and about that time, cats got to do what they got to do. I ended up sending the guitarist to play with Joyce Irby, Climax, and she's been there ever since. So, so it's just getting back into it. I just ain't had the energy to do it.
Not all people are the same. And yet, when we visit the doctor, our treatments don't look that different. Why is that? Because we just don't have enough information to do it better. By gathering health data from 1 million people, our country's best researchers will be able to develop treatments that are as unique and complex as we are. With this new information, doctors will have a better understanding of disease so they can innovate the next great breakthroughs in medicine. Learn more at joinallofus.org.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Give kisses. Give kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you.
Yeah.
It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Having low income can mean making tough choices. Choosing between paying for food or medication or a place to live is a reality for many people. Do you know someone who could use some extra help? Find out about the Supplemental Security Income Program, SSI. You could receive monthly SSI payments if your income and financial resources are low and you are 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability or who is blind. SSI is money you can use to help pay for basic needs, like putting food on the table, keeping the lights on, paying the rent. It can mean new shoes for growing feet or help with medical needs. Call 1-800-772-1213 or visit ssa.gov/SSI to schedule an appointment or start to apply today. That's ssa.gov/SSI. Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
And you, Creo-D, what have you been doing for music?
Secretly.
Secret. Look at that face.
Yeah, in the studio recording stuff and helping other folks record their stuff. Secretly.
When are you gonna release it where we'll know something? Where will the secret be broken?
Well, to tell the truth, I realized that when I was recording a lot of songs, me and my wife Valencia, that we would let people listen to it. Mm-hmm. And then we would hear songs very similar to what we were recording.
I get that.
Out that became hits. Yeah. So now everything's a secret.
Everything is a secret.
Until we actually put it out there.
Yeah, well, tell us about your wife.
Valencia, my beautiful wife, been married for over 25 years. Yeah, I've been knowing her for a very long time.
You're not 25.
Huh? I'm not 25.
Okay. Right.
That reminds me, because when we first started Duice, I think everybody thought we were teenagers. They thought we were teenagers. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Snow was like, teenagers? He's 27.
So, what did your wife do?
Okay. You know, she came from a family of entrepreneurs, so they owned the business. Her dad was a pretty well-known guy in Augusta, Georgia. Matter of fact, he's the one that brought all of the rug doctors, and it was Jar Train before U-Haul. Brought all that to the Southeast.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, nice.
So she understood business. And,
that's good.
So I didn't even know she knew how to sing.
She can sing.
I didn't know she knew how to sing.
Wow.
Well, you know what? What Snow don't know, because he asked me about it, but he forgot. She is the only person that actually has a song with Duice. That's the one you asked me about.
What?
You know.
So,
you know.
What's that?
That's the name of the song. He recorded and forgot about it. It's called You Know.
You know.
Yeah.
So she recorded. So you guys knew each other way back then. Yeah.
So we recorded that. When we recorded that? You don't remember, do you? But you asked me about it.
Yeah, I remember.
He said, hey, you know, but it's hot. It's a hot song.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of stuff.
So, you know, people say you're in the entertainment business, and then they later say you need to learn the business of entertainment. So what have you guys been doing in the business of entertainment?
Well, for me, I mean, after the Dazzey Duks thing, you know, that's when I ended up moving to Atlanta. So I still started doing other music. So Jermaine Dupri and we're trying to do a bass project. So we was able to put that project together for the So Def Bass All Stars. And so I teamed up with Player Poncho for the single release, first release, What's Up, What's Up.
How many songs you had on that album? You did?
That one, it was one for the What's Up, and we ended up.
Remember that song.
Yeah, we did about 900,000.
That song was hot. That song was hot.
Please.
That
was certified gold. I think we did about 9. So that one went real. Yeah, it was
really?
that was certified on that one as well.
I like that.
And then come along with Face Records. They wanted to do one now. They tried to get in the game. And I ended up getting the lead single off of that, My Baby Daddy.
Yeah.
So I co-wrote and produced that one with B-Rock and the Biz.
Oh, yeah.
That was like gold in 4 weeks.
Oh, yeah. It was just My Baby Daddy. Yeah, I remember that.
So I found T-Bird and them, B-Rock and them, moved them to Atlanta. They stayed with me probably about 2 years working on stuff. And I had wrote that song like in 95. And it just was sitting on it.
The song I like that you wrote is called She Didn't Know.
No, that's me and Tyrese and She, too. Me and K-Flex. And the girl I met, she used to do hair, was a girl, and she was talking something, you could just hear that little voice, that little Atlanta voice, you know, quintessential Atlanta, the asymmetrical haircut, the FUBU outfits and stuff. And the verbiage from that record actually came from a chick I was messing with in Mobile. That's where
Mobile, Alabama, where I'm from?
Yeah, that's where I got this. Them girls came to Atlanta and they came up and visited us and good. That's how I was there. Good. That's where I got this verse. So when we put them in the studio, I said, look, say the record like this, do it like this. And we ended up sending that record out like to the labels in like a baby pamper, like a little miniature pamper. People like, what the hell is this? 4 weeks gold.
That's how you do it.
See,
creativity.
People don't know.
They don't know the backstory.
They don't know it. So what's your backstory? I was on some of your records. Tell us about your record.
I mean, no, we came after he was doing that. I came out. We did Watch Out Now.
Watch Out Now. I remember that one.
Video for that one.
Yeah, it was big on BET.
Yeah, played for over a year straight. In full rotation.
Yeah,
they really loved it. So after the success of Dazzey Duks and that, I realized that I need to do something as far as understanding the business. So that's when I, started getting myself into school and doing all that.
Yeah.
So earned a whole bunch of degrees, a bachelor's degree, 2 master's degrees, one in business entertainment. I want to understand that. But the real education was in what I was already doing. Understanding it and how to maneuver in it was the book part, but the actual application was there. So then it made me even more powerful in understanding how the business should work, how paperwork should look, in the whole 9 yards.
Well, I hope you're enjoying this, and hey, we'll be back in a moment after the break.
Having low income can mean making tough choices, choosing between paying for food or medication. or a place to live is a reality for many people. Do you know someone who could use some extra help? Find out about the Supplemental Security Income Program, SSI. You could receive monthly SSI payments if your income and financial resources are low and you are 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability or who is blind. SSI is money you can use to help pay for basic needs, like putting food on the table, keeping the lights on, paying the rent. It can mean new shoes for growing feet or help with medical needs. Call 1-800-772-1213 or visit ssa.gov/SSI to schedule an appointment or start to apply today. That's ssa.gov/SSI. Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
I guess I should get up and shower. Or I can save water and carbon.
Is that my shirt? And pants? And shoes?
I mean, I'm literally saving the environment.
What did the sushi say to the bee? Wasabi!
Gotta love an open mic carpool.
Less cars, more jokes!
The environment is the best excuse. Find an out and opt in at theenvironmentexcuse.org.
76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact. More than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
And we're back with the Cathy Durant Show. I'm Cathy Durant. I have a super duper rap group on my show. Duice, you remember them? Look at the girls in the Dazzey Duks. And we've been having a time for the last hour. So we'll be with you for another 5 minutes. So I hope I can bring out things that you want to know about these guys. Like, where have they been? Where have you been since that record?
Okay, since Dazzey Duks, been kind of like all over the United States a little bit. But between Maryland, up in Washington, D.C., and Atlanta, that's the physical geographics of where I've been. Mentally, raising family, business-wise, we have several different business. We have a information technology firm, and we do high-level technology things from infrastructure to design to protection,
Nice.
security. And we also have a construction company, and we also have an app development and design organization. But this is not all that I'm doing, because the kids got older, and these are the things they like to do. So we started businesses for them, teaching them entrepreneurship and what they could do with their talent.
Awesome.
Based on where they want to go.
And you, sir, what have you been doing?
I stayed out on the road for years after Dazzey Duks. Still touring and doing shows, and then of course with the new music and everything. And I had Taylor Brown, my second daughter.
Yeah.
Kind of shut all that down,
said, hey,
basically.
I want all your time.
Yeah.
She was daddy's baby. She was on his hip, everything, boy.
She was born in 98, and I think that was the last record
we ever heard from you. I'm just kidding.
I was pushing. Matter of fact, the last one I did was, we did a Southside Connection did Raise the Roof. So we did a Raise the Roof record, and Luke had a Raise the Roof record. So we did all these Battle of the Raise the Roof. So Luke, of course, with his tempo, took more Texas back this way, and our tempo, we actually shot that video in California. So from Texas back west, we had the bigger version, but I ended up getting custody of Taylor, and so that just kind of changed it all.
He was daddy at home. I come out of the house, Taylor was there looking.
Yeah, I'm right here. It got to the point I'm right here braiding hair.
Taylor and the puppy.
Man, right here. I had to learn how
babies
to
in
braid
the
hair
house.
on PTA meetings. I was so wrapped up in school. I used to go to her little elementary school. They used to want me to drive the school bus, because they still knew where I was. I would drive the school bus on their field trips, all the Atlanta Zoo. I got the fun bus and stuff. So, so yeah, she just kind of changed up a lot. So at that point, you know, when she did get a little bit older, I went back to doing spot dates here and there. And got in, I was doing personal training around that time. So I did that, got certified with NASM and AAAI. So I just did that to kind of mess with for a while. And then more recently, you know, I got involved with Delta Airlines. And so I run operations for Delta right now.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Delta Material Services. So I got a good little crew over there I work with. You know, just touch my music when I want to.
Yeah.
No, not even when I want to. It's not like I'm just pressed to do anything right now. I know a lot of cats, and me and Creo was talking about this the other day. The problem is a lot of these cats don't understand transition. They still caught in this 90s world. They don't see nothing else to do. And I see the same cats doing the same shit from 1990. I'm like, dude, you
gotta evolve.
You ain't transitioned yet. They still that 90s hip hop star because they don't see nothing. I said, dude, you still live at your grandma's house. What you doing? You still live off that. You got a new chick that you're moving in with every week because you don't own nothing.
Right, you got to stop and learn the business.
You got to figure out, get into a new business.
Oh yeah.
90s bass music had his thing. 90s it ran it.
Right.
It's a different era. It's a different market, dude. You gotta grow.
Yeah,
do something.
What you gonna do? Just say that. What you gonna do? Because when you get success, what happens is people don't realize that the success that you're having right now, what are you gonna do with it? Because that's that moment. You're creating a nostalgia for that group of people in that space and time during
and then
that
they grow
era.
up. Those people grow up.
Those people grow up and come on and become professionals. That's where our success is because people that enjoyed our music are now professionals.
Right.
They're doctors, lawyers, managers, and all these grown people with kids, with grandkids.
Right.
So if we go and do a concert, we're going to have a mature audience with these people who have moved forward.
That's your fan base.
These people are not still wearing Dazzey Duks and doing what they were doing in the 90s. So when I say that, I mean, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've grown up.
Right.
So from the era, you got to.
But you still got to market. We did. I mean, a lot of people probably know where Wild Bill's is up north. We did a concert up there, and everybody in that show had to be 18, 19, 25 and down. Knew every lyric.
Wow.
Knew every word. It was us, 69 Boys. Who else was on there? I think 95 South.
Kids love that
every
music.
word.
Right, they do.
To them records.
It's happy stuff. It's nothing that make you depressed. It's stuff that rev you up.
We had this 00 beef with any artist.
Yeah, because you had good lyrics. You had things that didn't cause conflict.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if you spewing out hate, what you think you're gonna get? If you saying I got my AK, what you think you're gonna get? Yeah, what you get? Yeah,
all by design.
Yeah.
When the power realized the strength of hip hop, it changed.
Right.
It changed. Oh, there's something to this.
So what do you think can happen now? Okay, as we celebrate the 50th year of hip hop, that's part of the reason why you're on this show today. So where do you see hip hop going from in the next generation? Do you think it'll be around?
Oh, it's definitely
most definitely.
It's not going anywhere.
Most definitely, because the kids now, you know. Whenever there's a demand for something, it's going to be fulfilled. So the kids are kind of like demanding the more fun hip hop
stuff,
and that's what's happening. And so they're looking back to our music, you know, and picking it up and using it.
That is true.
And it's like, we like this stuff. This was pretty good stuff. So just like we look back at African Bambaataa, you know, looking for the perfect beat and stuff, and that was in Dazzey Duks. You know, there's always a reach back to pay homage and also continue what it is that.
And that explains why on my YouTube channel, over 2 million views, but every month I'm just shocked when I get my analytics. 5,000 people would have come to look at my channel where all this Southern, you know, rap is. And people love it, and they write me comments saying, this is when girls were real. You know,
90s fine.
Yeah. Would you say 90s fine?
The honey buns and Kool-Aid.
Yeah, guys write and say, I appreciate that all the girls in your music videos, they were not done over. They they didn't.
It was natural.
They were all natural.
Natural enough is not enough, but that's being pushed as well.
Right. Yeah.
Black women ain't enough no more.
Well, black women are beautiful. All women are, but black women are beautiful.
You program you ain't enough.
Yeah.
And you ain't.
Yeah, black women are beautiful, and I'm glad that every music video that I got a chance to do, I showed that as best I could and kept the culture as clean as I could, and to the point where it dominated network. People really wanted to see it, and I remember one day speaking to Kelly G with BET, who really looked out for me, and Greg Diggs. Thank you so much. They played all the music videos, and I remember one day talking to Kelly, and he said, Cathy, we're not doing you any favors. The videos are good. I was like, oh, okay. I thought I was just pushy and they had a nuisance and they just played it. They was like, no, we really, there's a reason why you're in heavy rotation.
Right.
So I'm so happy to be a part of putting this part of hip hop on the map where the world could see it. Right. I mean, yeah, you can hear it on your favorite radio station, but it's nothing like that video. Right. It's nothing like seeing it. And so I'm really grateful that your old label head invited me on and to be a part of your career. And that was good for me. And I do have to say, Tony Mercedes, because he was my client and did a lot of things, to really help the South, and I think he helped a whole lot of groups too. There were a lot of groups that came through Tony Mercedes records, and then people grew up and went on, and
they learned.
They learned, and they went on. They were passing through.
76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Having low income can mean making tough choices. Choosing between paying for food or medication or a place to live is a reality for many people. Do you know someone who could use some extra help? Find out about the Supplemental Security Income Program, SSI. You could receive monthly SSI payments if your income and financial resources are low and you are 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability or who is blind. SSI is money you can use to help pay for basic needs, like putting food on the table, keeping the lights on, paying the rent. It can mean new shoes for growing feet or help with medical needs. Call 1-800-772-1213 or visit ssa.gov/SSI to schedule an appointment or start to apply today. That's ssa.gov/SSI. Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Not all people are the same. And yet, when we visit the doctor, our treatments don't look that different. Why is that? Because we just don't have enough information to do it better. By gathering health data from 1 million people, our country's best researchers will be able to develop treatments that are as unique and complex as we are. With this new information, doctors will have a better understanding of disease so they can innovate the next great breakthroughs in medicine. Learn more at joinallofus.org.
I guess I should get up and shower. Or I can save water and carbon.
Is that my shirt? And pants? And shoes?
I mean, I'm literally saving the environment.
What did the sushi say to the bee? Wasabi!
Gotta love an open mic carpool.
Less cars, more jokes!
The environment is the best excuse. Find an out and opt in at theenvironmentexcuse.org.
I'm so happy that you were my guest today. This is show 2 tonight. Show 2. And I don't think I could have had anyone better. And not because we got history from the entertainment industry, but I'm so proud of what you turned out to be.
Right.
And I know we heard about your one daughter, but you got to say that. What's your other?
Oh, Jasmine, the oldest one.
Yes,
yeah.
Jasmine.
One in Texas
Both of them.
too, yeah.
And then I need to hear your baby's names.
Oh, I can go through the name. You got time?
Oh, wait a minute. You got 7 kids, right?
Yeah, 7. There's 7 kids, 4 grands. So we got Amber. We got Tonia. Jaquea. Justin. Jordan. Jill. And Jason. And on the grandkids side, we've got Ayon, Israel, Anvior, and Isabella.
Yay!
Yeah.
One more time, sir.
Oh, I'm done. I got 2 and I'm through.
Okay, let's say their names again and the grand. Any grands?
Amari, yeah. Jasmine does have one. Yeah, Amari, so yeah. 2 and I'm out. Yeah, I was done in 98.
I tell you, that baby wore him out. Wore him out. But I got to give it to him, though, man. You know, they talk all this mess about single fathers and all this kind of stuff. But what he did raising his daughter was absolutely
I
people need to
remember.
recognize that,
Yeah.
It was he went through it, but he did.
He did it. Well, I want y'all to talk about this experience on this show today. And Cathy Durant, and what y'all think of this experience? I want to hear. All right.
Oh, phenomenal. Because, you know, we go back.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, like, I remember practicing. This guy named Horatio and another guy named Chuck, you know, for shows and stuff like that. And Sasha, man, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I really did enjoy working with both of you on independent projects. And I have to say, you're one of a few. You know, some groups, you could say Diana Ross and the Supremes, but the Supremes didn't go anywhere, really. And then Beyonce kind of did a spinoff. Usually not both of you do good. Right. But in your case, both of you did well.
Yeah. You can't take talent away.
No, you can't. You can, and that is a good thing. And I what's your feedback on working with Cathy Durant? I mean, when you working?
Well, the thing has been a minute since Creo and I ever sat down.
Yeah.
On doing an interview together, so I mean, a minute.
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you when the last.
So you the first one.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
back in some chairs.
I think it's gonna make some noise. People are gonna be saying, "How did she get them to sit down?" But it's been a joy. You guys are really, you're still magical, and I hope that you stay that way. All right.
All right.
For sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right.
Love you too, and I'm so happy that you came to make my show the talk of the town. Show 2. All right. See you next time. And that's our show for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Cathy Durant with Cathy Durant Show, broadcasting on BBS Radio on the iHeart Network. See you next time. Be good.